In this video we will be learning Sonny Osborne's break to Jesse James. It can be found on several of his albums, but I'm referring to his original break that he did with the Osborne Brothers group, the version that he recorded when he had newly acquired his 1934 Granada banjo from McKinney. But before we do, we'll get in tune as always. 4th string to D. First string to D. Third string to G. Fifth string to G. And the second string to B. And into the break. And slower, it would sound like this. obviously, Sonny takes 3 breaks on the song. He kicks it off, ends it, and plays a break following the fiddle on the original cut that I have. And on the original cut that I have, he starts off with the typical forward-backward roll, thumb, index, middle, thumb, middle, index, middle, that, you know, we've all done since Earl's Breakdown and beyond. But he adds this cool C lick, and that's where we'll begin, because I think this tune is you know, it's a well-played tune, one of the better-known vocal tunes, and where he changes it up is really at the beginning of the C chord. And so coming out of this Earl's Breakdown roll, and remember to always choke that. You don't have to. I know Sonny from his Homespun video advocates going from 2 to 4, unlike Earl. And it really is a matter of taste. I know that I've talked to some people that hate that choked sound, because it can kind of, you know, it can overdo it. Anything can become a gimmick, right? But Sonny does choke it on the album. After listening to it carefully, he is choking it. So following that lick into the C chord, he does this instead of... That's what most people I've heard have done on that portion of the song, but Sonny hammers on from G to A on the 3rd string. Play that even slower. So that's thumb, kind of has a little bit of a Shelton bounce. And notice he's doubling, he's not playing the thumb and the middle finger. He's playing, after carefully listening, he's playing the inner 2 strings, 3rd and 2nd. That gives it a little bit more bounce, that tone between the A note and the C note. So play that as slow as I can again. He goes right back into the Earl's Breakdown lick. And then he kind of does this, instead of Earl's way, which he would have done 2 forward rolls and then to get out of the D chord like he did in Flint Hill Special, he just keeps riding the 4th string of the 4th fret as long as he possibly can. So it's just a bunch of stacked forward rolls on the 4th, 3rd, and 1st strings. And ends on the A note, and then begins that slide again, the forward-backward roll. And then the C chord. Outros with that forward-backward roll again. And then chokes this for sure. Now you'll notice when I did it in the break, I hammered and choked with the ring finger. I've noticed it gives a little different tone instead of just sliding from it from the 2nd to 3rd and choking. Just a little more pronounced, so you can do it either way. Just a little tidbit that we fit in our playing to make it sound cooler. And to the C chord, just does a typical, that typical lead into that forward slide, thumb, T-I-M-T. so coming out of the C chord, kind of has this walk down from D to C, and then repeats the same lead into the D chord as in the A section. I believe he pull-offs. Same stacked D chords, and then finishes the song in the same way that the A section began. And then the outro. Now the second break is where it really gets interesting. He hammers on, kind of like the way Earl did on the third break to Flint Hill Special. Play that again slower. And then continues into this slide, and he doesn't choke it, he actually just places his middle finger there on the third string. Very similar to what Earl did again in Flint Hill Special to get that dissonance there between the B flat and B. And more hammer-ons. And then he does this interesting ride up. Instead of playing, he goes on the second string to get that D drone, the open drone on the first string. So coming off of the last two hammer-ons, so you're hammering on, then sliding on the index finger on the second string. That was the picking hand, not the fretting hand. You're fretting with your middle, picking with your index. And then doing a pull-off and hitting the open first string. So sliding up on the second to 8, fret 8. Same thing as if you're playing on the first string, 3 to 5, but you're not. You're going on the second string to get the D drone. And then just closes it in the same way that he outroed the A section of the first break. And then this intro to the C lick is the little single string. So coming out of the A section number 2, and instead of finishing with, he goes, that's open 4th string, 2nd fret 4th string, open 3rd string, 2nd fret 3rd string, open B string, 1st fret B string, open B string again on a quarter note, and then hold the C chord. So as slow as I can, coming from the outro of break 2. And then the same D pattern that we learned in the first break. And then he does this sort of Pike County Breakdown-esque thing, switching between G chords. Coming out of the D. And then outros the same way as he did in the first break. And that's the second break for you. The third and final break kind of returns to the motive of break 1 with one change, and he does this Earl's hammer-on, sort of double hammer-on pull-off that Earl did on many of his tunes, Earl's Breakdown and a bunch of others. So coming out into the third break, we have the same forward-backward roll motive. And in place of a C chord, he uses this double hammer-on pull-off lick. So the whole thing would sound like this. And then plays the same thing going into the D chord. Then repeats. And that stands for the A section of break 3, and instead of playing the low C chord, goes up the neck. And this is where the break gets really interesting. Now, it's just a series of forward rolls, but he alternates between these chord patterns, like this. And that's really all it is just typical Scruggs fare, mostly forward roll. I'll play that outro from the A section to the B section as slow as I can. That's just F position C, and he's holding, I don't know if he frets with his index or his ring or his pinky, but it doesn't really matter. And just sliding up from some general area down here. I think it's fret 5. Real high G. Same thing, an octave lower. And that's just the same lick that you've played always from Sally Gooden, Bugle Call Rag, Foggy Mountain Breakdown. Then goes to the high G F position. Pinch. And then this really little interesting lick. Play that as slow as I can. So you're coming out from the two last G chords, F position and D position respectively. Pinch. Play that as slow as I can again from the pinch. That's a melodic lick. That's just a backwards roll. D, D, A. And he's picking the inner three strings, D, G, and B, not the first string. So to recap, the pinch. And those are the 3 breaks to Jesse James by Sonny Osborne. As always, comment, rate, and if you have any questions, send me a mail. And watch the second video for the picking hand. Thanks, y'all.